Our next guest joins us from Manchester today. He's dedicated his professional life to helping New Hampshire's businesses, medical institutions, and more nonprofits than we can count navigate the rough waters of state regulations. He brings to public life that experience and a passion to smooth those waters and strengthen the New Hampshire advantage. Please join me in welcoming Ovide Lamontagne.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for having me. I thank you, Steve, for inviting me to speak this afternoon. It's great to see some old friends reconnect with some folks that I've worked with before in the political world. And for the last 13 years, I've been a recovering politician. And I'm taking the scary step of actually delivering my first quasi-political speech in 13 years. Like Charlie Bass and Jennifer Holmes, I'm not a declared candidate. But God willing, I may be one. And I'm trying to think that through at this point. But in doing that, I think anyone who runs for office has to ask the fundamental question, why are you running for office? What is it that motivates you to serve the people and to speak for them, to be the representative? And I thought today, Flag Day, was a good day to sort of step back and think about that very question. When you look at these flags hanging here, well appointed, thank you for setting this up. What do you see other than the obvious? The obvious being cloth, stripes, stars, red, white, and blue. But when you look closer, what do you see in those flags? I hope, like me, what you see are the faces of men and women, young and old, children from every race, people who have diverse beliefs, faith, some don't even believe in God. But that flag represents the people of the United States of America. So diverse, no country has ever been as diverse as ours is. But we are united by one simple, fundamentally solid and important proposition, and that is we are all endowed from the moment of our creation with the power and the right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. The great American experience and experiment that was started in the 1700s, as represented by this flag, turned civilization and the mode of government on its head. In the 1700s, the civilized world, the civilized countries, believed in basically a monarchy. All power derived from the sovereign, who was the king. And so when the English flag was carried, it was the flag, not England, it was the king's flag, because he was the sovereign. This flag is our flag because we are the sovereign. We're the people who gave power to the government. And for the young people, never forget that. The only power government has is that which we give it, that which we delegate to it. When we formed this country, we united as people through states, and the states formed the federal government and gave it limited power. Our party stands with those people who are represented by this flag. Our party stands with the people because we believe in the people. We think the first order of business is to go to the people for our answers, to solve our problems, or for our hopes and dreams. The other party, where do they go? They go to government. In their mind, in their mindset, they think the solution is government. When it comes to government, we know less is more. Less government means more freedom, more opportunity, more liberty. That's our view of this world. When the men raised the flag on Mount Suribachi on Iwo Jima, one of whom was a native son from New Hampshire by the name of René Gagnon. If you speak French, René Gagnon. When they raised that flag, Alf Jacobson, who's a former state senator, was on the beaches on the bottom of Iwo Jima. He said the sound was so loud it was deafening. And what he said was the sound was louder than any bombardment he had ever experienced. And what the sound was the men in the military, the men on that island from America, shouting, screaming. They saw that flag, and what did they see? Did they see the face of Franklin Roosevelt? Did they see the face of government? No, they saw the face of their family and friends, their loved ones, the people for whom they were fighting, and the land where those people were, these United States of America. That flag is about us, it's about them. Those people, all men and women who fought for us, who gave up their lives for us, did it for us. Not for government, not for a king, not for the sovereign who's not us. The other party thinks government is the solution. The other party thinks first, go to government to solve our problems. The other party wants a nanny state. The other party wants to think, people to think that they're the ones who are responsible to them, and yet they're not. Our party is the party of liberty and freedom. We're the party who opposed slavery. They supported slavery, or at least defended it. Don't be afraid to say that, by the way. That may not be politically correct, but it is true historically. Our party was founded by Abraham Lincoln and the people of his time who opposed slavery. By the way, Abraham Lincoln became president after running several times and losing. I can relate to that. But he also was someone who started a couple businesses, and both businesses failed. Has anybody seen a letter from Abraham Lincoln to the government asking for a bailout or stimulus package? No. Because he, like other people of his time, like you do, know that opportunity also means capitalism in terms of the economic system. And that means there's risk and opportunity. You can make money, you can be very successful, and you can also lose money and lose your business. That's the proposition. Take risk, do well, succeed. Take risks sometimes and don't succeed. But you get back up and you try again. The nanny state, which is promoted by the other party, would want the people to be dependent on it for solutions. And in New Hampshire, we know solutions are found among the people who convene at town meetings, at state government, and the place of last resort is the federal government. I liken it this way. Government is sort of like the referee at a game or an umpire. How many people buy a ticket or pay $100 to go to the Red Sox to watch the umpire? Nobody. How many times have you been at a game when someone gave a standing ovation because the umpire referee made a good call? No one. Government is that referee, though, which in a sense makes sure the rules are followed and the game is played. But government is not the quarterback of the team. It's not the pitcher on the field. It's not a batter. That's us. We're the players. We're the people who should be doing work, and government should not be. This administration in Washington right now wants to be the quarterback on the team, and right now it's the quarterback of GM. Can that stand? It cannot stand and not stand. And we ought to really have the flag raised in opposition to that strategy, that approach. The people of America and the people of New Hampshire, their faces are in this flag. And they're the faces of the people who honestly, and I think when they think about it, really resonate with what the Republican Party stands for. Because most people don't go to government first and don't want to go to government first. Government's the last resort. And most people want to have the opportunity, the liberty, the freedom to succeed, raise their families, love their families, and be able to see them succeed. And right now we're in a situation where allowing the other party to have control over government means there's more spending, more debt, less liberty, and we're saddling not only our children and our grandchildren, but generations to come to a country that is going to collapse under its own weight. The spending, the approach cannot be sustained. The last thing I would say simply is I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you, and I think we all as Republicans need to acknowledge one thing, that we have lost our way. When we became the party of majority in Congress, we didn't turn away from earmarking. And we didn't turn away from the practices which we saw the other party take advantage of to sustain themselves. Instead, we embraced it, and we did something that people who voted the Republicans in did not expect and did not want. And that is we played like government bureaucrats. We needed to say no to that. We need to say no as we go forward, that we're not going to be like that.